welcome to Rusty Bowl. Going to keep it small this morning because my charcoal took a pretty good hit from a recent bronze pour. So I haven't got too much charcoal to work with, and I have a tendency to bite off more than I can chew with some of these projects. Today's not the day for it, so I think I'm just going to make a simple arrowhead out of this. I think it's like an old punch or something, so I'm going to take a piece of that and make an arrowhead. Looking ahead, I want to make a Suffolk latch for my wife's garden building that I'm building. So that I was going to start today. I don't think I'm going to do that. If I do, I'll surprise myself. But yeah, I think for now it's just going to be arrowhead. So stay tuned. Now I did normalize this, believe it or not. Probably going to be a fairly small arrowhead. There we go. I'll widen out this base just a little bit more. Sometimes it gets a little thin, but wider. That's better. Yeah, it's like a spoon at the moment. I mean, it's pretty much the same thing as if you're making like an ornamental, like a leaf or something. Going to put an edge on it and send it down field at a target. So when I make the Suffolk latch for my wife's garden, queen. I've been using this technique a fair bit because for the sway bar or swing bar, and yeah, probably a little bit for the handle, just for ornamental leaf type stuff. So yeah, I'm thinking. Yeah, there we go. Just kind of I don't know how much of this is necessary, but I don't get to use this little hammer too much. I think make sure the tang of the arrowhead is pretty much in line, and I want to make sure that this edge isn't waving really. So. Sometimes I'll taper these more, but right now it's just simple. I think it's going to be fine for what I'm doing. So just for context here, what I have here is a Suffolk latch that I made a while back, from which the bronze caster cast a bronze version we use on our front door. But it pretty much uses the same technique as making an arrowhead, you know, this is kind of crude. I think this is using a lot of scrap parts. I think, you know, this was kind of cool. The thumb leaf I thought was kind of neat. But I think for my wife's the Queen's Garden building, I'm going to buy some stock, some square stock, and work from that. So, you know, rather than like make, you know, just take scrap, you know, rusty scrap that I have, I think I'm gonna make something out of square stock and just make it a little easier on myself, make a neater package. This handle, I'm kind of looking forward to doing this again because this uses a technique where you square it off and then you chisel down the sides, and then when you twist it, it looks like, you know, you've got more twisting than just 4 sides. You really have like 8 sides. So it makes a nice bed. And I'm gonna, you know, the next one will be nicer than this. Like I said, you know, some of this is kind of crude, but yeah, these are the pieces which I was referencing, that Arrowhead uses the same techniques, which are off the edge. So this is a quick down and dirty Arrowhead blank. Now I'm going to do a clay quench, a clay water quench. So see how that turns out. I don't know how important this is for an arrowhead because the steel's so thin to begin with, but put these in to prevent cracking. Seems to work even on the longer blades. Since I've been doing this, I have not had any crack. So. And this is really down and dirty. This isn't by any means nice and neat. Somebody who really knew this process would be like thinking that this is a crap job, and they'd be right, because I'm not, for an arrowhead, I'm not really trying to do anything super neat. Okay, so it's dry, and I'm going to throw it in the fire and get up to critical temperature, do the quench. Okay, let's take a look. Alright, clean this off a bit. Smart enough to put water on the brush first instead of coming back to it with the arrow. Keep the arrow in view as long as possible, right? So, you can see a little bit of a humming around here. The tip here seems to be, let's see if I can, okay, that's coming up. Okay, yeah, no, it's good. It's like a little bit of, I don't know, stuff that's got to get cleaned off here, but we'll go get the file. Hang on. So, yeah, okay. So, I can see a humming around it, and this little blob there, I think is just like a, I think that'll come off. That's just kind of like crud, you know, maybe left over from the clay or something. But if I run the file, not really doing anything to it. So it's not biting into it. Yeah, not biting into it at all. So that's good as far as the edge goes. But I have a feeling that this is probably going to break, because this is pretty thin. So, and I purposefully didn't put too much of a blade edge on this because, you know, it's going to go through what I want it to go through. I mean, I could put an edge on that, but it's not necessary right now. I just want to get it on a shaft and send it downrange, and it'll go through the galvanized steel, I think, no problem. If it hits a post or a pallet or something, then probably it's going to break off like right around there. That's usually what happens if I hit something like that. So, alright, let's go do that. Okay, quick rundown on the arrowhead I made. Nothing fancy, no frills other than clay water tempered. It's just an old bamboo Chinese arrow that I bought a long time ago. Popped the old head off and put this on, so my mounting. And I'm going to send it down 35 yards, test it out. I expect the tip to break, but you know, if it doesn't, great, right? Well, I have to say I'm not anxious to shoot this arrow because I just feel it's gonna hit something, the wrong thing, it's gonna break. But we're gonna go 35 yards with this. See if we can get it into that galvanized steel target. Oh, we got it into a 2x4. Let's go look. Well, if the point ain't broken yet, it's gonna be when I pull this out. You can at least look at how deep that went in. See that? Yeah. I don't know. I have a funny feeling that just trying to work that side to side, you know, on the plane of the blade, even that's going to break off the tip. But yeah, you know, we'll see if the tip's not already broken. But I'll let you know in a second. Well, you can see that the shaft is going to have to be re-glued, or it's going to have to be re-glued onto the shaft, but I think it's ready to come out. And after using a small hammer, back and forth. Wow, okay. Looks like the point made it, but I've gotta re-glue this shaft because it's too loose now. Okay, the arrowhead is glued back on the shaft. I still expect this to break at some point. Maybe not, but let's see. Oh, a little high of the target. Let's go see. There's the arrow. Is just above. So, there we go. And the hay did it. No problem. Well, I got the corner. Let's go take a look at that. Okay, so what we got here is it. Yeah, just sliced right up through the corner. If I can kind of slide this out, I think. Maybe. There we go. But apparently, no problem for the tip. So, and that's the cut. Got it. Let's go take a look at that. Now these arrows in this steel, they're fun to hit, but not fun to pull out. So you can see it went all the way through. And this is going to take a little work, I think. Yep, stay tuned. So this is the other side of the galvanized steel, and the point of the arrowhead is good, so no problem. So, all right, I'm gonna pull this out and move on. So I had a commenter wanting to know if I would do a video on the making of this target area, and I said that I would put something in a video, so it'll be this one, about this, because it's really not much to it. It's lean-to type structure, pole barn type, 4x, just 4x4 stuck in the ground about a foot or two, and 2x6 support underneath with 2x4 spanners, or whatever they're called, and pallets down below to hold the hay bales. To give you an idea of the construction of the roof. There's not much to it, So, yeah, so hay and straw bales sitting on half pallets, and if the arrows hit those, if they go underneath, they often break because they'll hit a pallet strange, or they'll hit a rock or a nail or something. I really should put some like sandbags in front of there. That would be the smart thing to do. So maybe I will do that. And these two posts to either side, there's wire there. I can span that and hang like clay pots or something. So that's pretty much it. I'm sure when this commenter builds his, he'll build it much better than this, because this is really, nothing special. It just need to keep the rain, the snow off my hay bales so they last longer. So thinking about putting solar lighting though in here, like kind of tucked out of the tarp, I won't be, so they wouldn't be hit facing back, so maybe I could shoot at night or something sometimes, or in the evening, but we'll see. So there's that. All right, I think I got one more in me today, so. All right, let's go look at that. Okay, so you can see where arrow hit. This might be a fun one to get out, huh? Let's see. Well, yeah, this is gonna... There we go. I think I got it. Yeah. All right. And there's the point. So that was one of the quickest arrowheads I've made in a long time. And I was very surprised it survived. The ball peen adjustment I had to make to it when it got stuck in the 2x4 did a little damage to one side of it, but not a big deal. And frankly, the point's still there. It's still functional. And that's what counts. So, all right, hope you had a good week and you're all doing well, and I'll see you on the other side of this one. You stay well, be good.